All right, so Dr. Dre's wife wants $2 million a month to cover her expenses after their divorce. How many of you believe she deserves it? I believe she should get every single dollar, and I'll be sharing 3 reasons why after this. All right, so welcome. This is Before Marriage 21. We help single Christians become the right people for marriage by showing them what marriage looks like when done God's way. Now, this is going to be slightly different because there are times when OG and I would, read some news articles or listen to the news and hear something that's happened with regards to relationships or marriages. And then we're talking about it and we're like, we wish people actually understood this. And so we're going to be pivoting a little bit and we're going to be sharing our Christian take on trendy issues that are happening, most especially when it comes to relationships and marriages. Because one thing I've come to realize is that when the truth is silent, the lie begins to sound like the truth. So when you listen to the news, you see what the media puts out every single time. When you don't know what the truth says, then your perception will then become your reality. So if you haven't heard, Dr. Dre is getting a divorce from his wife. Well, they've been married for 26 years. I mean, I'm like, if you've been married for 26 years, you might as well just see it through. Like, what are you breaking up for? What are you getting a divorce for? For some of you who don't know, Dr. Dre he used to be a rapper, producer. I believe he produced Snoop Dogg's album, I'm not sure. But he's popularly known for his Beats by Dre headphones, right? And when Apple bought his company from him, it helped him become the first male black billionaire. So now he wants to get a divorce from his wife after 26 years. And apparently she's claiming for $2 million to cover her monthly expenses after their divorce. Now, if you've been online, I'm sure you've seen it. Everyone has been dragging her like, how can you ask for $2 million? And plus, I mean, to be honest, I'm going to agree with this one. When they itemized what the $2 million was going to be for, it sounded ridiculous, to be honest. I'll go through it with you. So the first one, laundry and cleaning, $10,000 a month. Clothes, $135,000 a month. If you're going to be spending $135,000 a month, I don't think you're going to need laundry and cleaning. What are you cleaning? Like, you're going to keep buying clothes, right? Education, $60,000 a month. Dollars, not naira, dollars. Entertainment, $900,000 a month. What is she entertaining? Charitable donations, $125,000. Mortgage, $100,000. I mean, the lawyer that actually put this together needs to be sacked because, how do you pay $100,000 in mortgage but now $100,000 for entertainment? Like, couldn't you just buy the house? Telephone, cell phone, and email, $20,000 a month, all totaling almost $2 million a month. Now, the list is obviously ridiculous, and to be honest, I feel like this list shows, to me anyway, that she actually doesn't want the divorce. I mean, we've all been there. Someone tells you to do something, but then you start listing out some random requirements before you do it. Well, can you help me go to fresh school? Okay, if you turn off the TV, take me to space, buy me a new car, give me a new job, then I'll go to the store for you. Obviously, I don't want to go to the store, so I'm making all these ridiculous demands to keep me from going. I feel like that is what this list says to me. I might be wrong, but that is what I'm interpreting this list to be. So, I'm going to give you 3 quick reasons why I believe she should still get the money even if the list sounds ridiculous. Because for me, I feel like getting married is simple but not easy. Staying married is simple. If you follow the laws, it's simple, but it's not easy. Getting a divorce should be the most difficult thing on earth. Because I feel like if it's hard to get a divorce, then people will be forced to actually work on their marriages. So that brings us to point number 1. If divorces were hard, more people will work on their marriages. And I'm just going to say it. Every divorce is the man's fault. I'm just going to say it as it is. As a man, as a head of my home, I'm responsible for the successes and also the failures of my home. If men want recognition for the successes, you want to be honored and respected in your home, you need to take responsibilities for the failures as well. Every divorce is the man's fault. I don't care what the woman has done. If you had played your role as the man, then you wouldn't be getting a divorce right now. Oh, snap, where's my Bible? And even in Colossians 2:18-19, it says, actually verse 19 says that, and they are not connected to Christ, the head of the body. For he holds the whole body together with its joints and ligaments and grows as God nourishes it. So as the head goes, the body goes. If you want to say that you're the head of the home, which a lot of men clamor for, I'm the head of this house, I'm the head of this house. If you're going to be the head of the home, then you have to take responsibility for both the successes and the failures. I see a lot of men who, when something goes right in their marriages, they're like, you know what, that was all me. When something goes wrong, they're like, that is your child, or it's your fault. If we're going to be the head of the homes, then we have to take responsibility for both situations. So I believe if Dr. Dre wants this marriage to work, it actually works. If he doesn't want it to work, then he has to face the consequences. I'm tired of all this. I want to be free to make my choices, but also free to choose the consequences as well. No, you can be free to make the choices, but you can't be free to choose what consequences come along. If $2 million is what she wants as settlement to get a divorce, then that is what she should absolutely be getting. Jeff Bezos is another example. He wanted a divorce from his wife. We didn't hear much about it, but I've done some research. I realized that he offered her 25% of the Amazon stock, giving her $33 billion. And for me, I feel like divorces negatively influence regular marriages. So we need to stop these ones from happening. Divorces need to be had. That is my own point here. $2 million doesn't sound excessive as a billionaire. But if that is what she wants as a parting gift for you not wanting to fix the marriage, or for you not taking responsibility for being the head of the home, then $2 million is what she absolutely gets. Number two is women are often ignored when a man becomes successful. For example, everyone hears Dr. Dre is now a billionaire. Guess what? He didn't become a billionaire alone. He had a wife. They became billionaires. When you become married, it's two people becoming one, not two people becoming two people. It's two people becoming one. Whatever we bring into the marriage now becomes ours. Whatever we make out of that marriage is ours, not independent. So they became billionaires. But guess what? In the news media and everything, it's always Dr. Dre has become a billionaire. If Dr. Dre was at home changing diapers, doing the kids' homework, cooking food, and still working at the same time, I doubt he would have become a billionaire. A lot of people think of Facebook and say, Mark Zuckerberg is the one who founded it. But guess what? Facebook hasn't become Facebook because of Mark Zuckerberg. There are a lot of silent partners. There are a lot of people who are in the back, who are in the background, who are not being seen, that are actually making Facebook what it is right now. And that is what our wives bring to us. We take the spotlight, but they're in the background supporting our vision, supporting our successes, but they don't get noticed, they don't get recognized. And so by that logic, she also is a billionaire. If you're going to divorce me as a billionaire, then I'm going to have some very expensive billionaire expenses. If like a billionaire will probably need $2 million a month to sustain himself because of the expenses. So she's also a billionaire who is going through a divorce. She needs her monthly expenses taken care of as well. Number three, final one, this is going to be real quick. Divorce is the death of a marriage. Divorce is the death of a culture and of values. We don't see it like that. And it reminds me of, because I just got a PlayStation about a month and a half ago. And the reason, I was actually going to make a video about this, but I'm just going to share it now. So, when you get married, a lot of people don't let you know that, there are going to be dry spells. Dry spells when you don't get to, engage in coitus. So for example, your wife might be on a period 1 week out of the month, you're not getting anything. Plus, she might be pregnant and be, feeling a lot of pain that she can't do anything. And after pregnancy, you have to wait a few more weeks before you actually do anything. So, the congeal was real. I'm just gonna be real. It was. Very frustrating. But I had to, keep this look and be like everything's all good. But I had to get a PlayStation to help me distract myself. When you're feeling a certain way, you need something to distract you and not to, tempt you. So anyway, so I bought a PlayStation, and then my son, I downloaded the game for him, Sonic. And obviously he doesn't understand how to play. I thought he would understand how to play the game. That's what I bought the game for myself, but I branded it as I'm buying it for him. So anyway, I downloaded the game Sonic for him, and he doesn't understand how to play the game. So the little that he knows, he just knows how to run, but when he sees an obstacle, he bumps into it and dies. And as I was watching him, like, he would bump into the obstacle, die, and then laugh. And he did it a few times, and I just got this impression that is how we live our lives sometimes. Things die around us, and because we don't understand the consequences of those things, we laugh about it. People get divorces, people engage in sin, and we laugh about it and not realizing that the enemy is using that sin or that thing that we're doing to steal, to kill, and to destroy us. So divorces kill marriage, is the death of a marriage. And we take it lightly. Like we see it as funny when another celebrity comes out and says we're getting a divorce due to irreconcilable differences or whatever. We're seeking a divorce now. It's the death of a marriage. It's the death of a culture. It's the death of values. And the consequences are not funny. I released a stat, or I heard Obama share a stat years ago. Because marriage is the foundation of our nation, is the foundation of our society, is the foundation of our community. So whenever divorces happen, it breaks down that community. It breaks down our culture. So like I said, Obama shared a stat. It says a kid who grows up without a father in the home, is 5 times more likely to be poor, 9 times more likely to drop out of school, 20 times more likely to end up in jail. And that is what is plaguing the black community today. We think it's police people that are shooting unarmed black men up and down. But guess what? The number one problem with black America is actually fatherlessness. It's single moms who are given the responsibility of becoming mom and dad at the same time. It's not possible. Your kids are facing rejection. They're facing identity issues because you are not in the home. Black men are out there just giving birth to 10 children, multiple children, and not even taking responsibility for them. That is the number one problem. When you divorce your wife, you make her a single mom. Now your kids are going to be affected. Culture is going to be affected. Values are going to be affected. They're not going to be seen as true or real anymore. So that is why, these 3 reasons are why I believe that she deserves that $2 million. Not because the $2 million makes sense, but because divorces need to be hard. Divorces need to be hard. They need to be hard enough so that you actually work on your marriage. Getting married is simple, but it's not easy. And if anything was easy, nobody would ascribe any meaning to it. The hard things are what actually give things meaning. If marriage is hard and you're able to succeed and you're able to overcome that hardness, then it makes marriage actually meaningful. But if you can get married and get divorced easily, then the marriage loses its meaning. The foundation of our society actually gets cracked. So again, before marriage, that is why you need to build on a solid foundation. The Bible gives us a story about 2 men who built a house. One built it on a rock, one built it on sand. And they both built. When I read that passage, I'm like, whoa, the person who built on sand actually built. Somebody would have looked at that house and be like, wow, beautiful house. But guess what? Because it was built on sand, when the storms came, it came to test the foundation. 26 years and the storm comes and to test the foundation and it breaks down. Before marriage, you need to make sure that you're building your marriage on the rock of Jesus Christ. Because to be honest, the only way to sustain you in marriage is through the love and through the wisdom of Jesus Christ to help you navigate this institution. So what do you think? You guys know my take. I don't want to discuss what the $2 million is about. That's irrelevant to me. My own take is that divorces need to be hard. If she's asking for $10 billion, she's also a billionaire. What's a billionaire going to do with $100,000 a month? She's also a billionaire. She put in her work. She put in 26 years into that marriage. If you don't want to work on it and as the head of the home, you don't want to take responsibility for it, then you're going to have to face the consequences. If $2 million a month is what she's asking for, and $2 million a month is what she gets. Let me see you in the comment section. What do you think?